Okay, hello. Many among you have asked me whether the Standard& and Poor's 500 will continue or not. Is bullish run. In fact, what is happening is more or less very similar to what already happened to the Nasdaq market. In my humble opinion, uh, we are very close to a situation in which the Standard& and Poor's 500 will do exactly the same as the Nasdaq did a week ago or something like this. The Nasdaq went back to a gap, the bearish gap that the market did during the beginning of the COVID crisis. So it is very likely that the Standard and Poor's will go there, so 3,250, something very similar. The decrease in the prices in the index during the March and April was really hard, and now the markets are reopening, the economies are reopening, and we are in a sort of really wave of optimism. Everyone is thinking that this crisis will be over in not that much time. So I think this optimism is now in the market. So it is a wave that it's going to continue. Now we are facing the good news of this crisis, all this public health being published, all this news about the COVID decreasing in Europe, probably in the US in a while, etc. And this is likely to continue, especially during at least, I think, these May and June months. What is going to happen afterwards? I have no idea. I don't have this crystal ball so that I can see what's going to happen in the markets. If you ask me, do you see many probabilities of the market of this Standard and Poor's 500 going beyond 3,250? I will tell you not many, because the situation we already have been spoken about it in these last videos, but it is really crazy. So we have 30 million people unemployed in the US, around 300 million unemployed people in the world. We will have a touristic season in the North Hemisphere that will be really terrible, with countries like Spain, Italy, France, Greece, Portugal facing incredible huge losses, which amount almost 10% of their GDP probably. So it will not make a lot of sense. But markets sometimes are not rational, and we are seeing the Nasdaq. So I told you in another video that if the market breaks this 9,200, the market was going to move even stronger and probably to attack the maximum. And this is probable here in the Standard & Poor's 500. I would say that the probabilities are less than, I don't know, 10, 20%. But of course, if this wave of optimism continues and the market continues to be so strong, probably that is likely to happen. Sometimes the market does not behave very rationally, and it's just depends on how the mood of the investors are. What are the most important points here, in my opinion? Of course, you have to take a look uh, at the revaluation of the different components of the Standard and Poor's. As you see here in the quarterly profits, you will find a lot of companies that are really big. So you will find there Amazon, you will find there in the top 100, you will find, of course, Apple, you will find eBay, you will find Facebook, even Microsoft. So that means that this Standard Poor's 500, although it gives the impression that everything is going up, the reality is very different, because more or less two-thirds, even three-quarters of this index is really suffering an incredible crisis. So a small company, well, relatively small companies, because if you are in the Nasdaq, in the Standard & Poor's 500, you are not a small company. But in any case, many mid and not that big companies are really suffering a lot. So what is happening as well is a flight to quality, more than quality, a flight to big. So, which is very interesting and is telling us that the investors are really a little bit skeptical about this bullish run continuing very much. In my opinion, the crucial point will be when the results of this quarter will be released, and people probably will start seeing that the crisis is not going to be solved. But we will see.